So students, in this class of yoga, firstly I'll just tell you the position which we take while doing a pranayama, this special class on pranayama. So this position is called as Sukhasana, where we take our right foot above. Okay, it can be done in this position or it can be done in the position of Padmasana also. Okay, so those who can sit in Padmasana and do, they can do in Padmasana. Those who can feel this is difficult, they can do in Sukhasana. Those who feel that is difficult, they can just sit in scattered position. And those who feel that is also difficult can sit on the chair and do it. Okay. Thank you. So now the first exercise in this is called as Bhastrika Pranayama. Bhastrika Pranayama is a process where we inhale, that is called as forced inspiration in our language. Now why we need to do this? Our lung has a capacity, when you go 5 floors up, पांचवें माले पे, because one crooked teacher doesn't allow you to use the lift, so you पांचवें माले पे क्या होता है? Because if some parts of our lungs are not used, it leads to atelectasis, disuse, atrophy of the lung, and that is the reason we should do forced inspiration. So one advantage of Bhastrika Pranayama, everybody should be doing with me, huh? So one advantage of Bhastrika Pranayama is, I'll take one of the physical advantage and then there is a mental component. Physical advantage is all the lung capacity increases and there is no disuse, atrophy of the lung. On mentally we have to think on all your exercises in the chemistry textbook, they used to tell, and physics, that energy is released in the atmosphere. बहुत बार पढ़ा है ना अपने साइंस में. Where does that energy go? That energy is there in the atmosphere. So when somebody is doing Bhastrika Pranayama, he should be meditating that I am taking that energy which is unused in the universe and trying to energize myself. So pranayama, every pranayama has a physical benefit and there is a mental component, and if you meditate and do that, you get the benefits also. So when somebody is doing Bhastrika Pranayama, so in the mind he also thinks that I am doing this and I am taking the energy from the universe and energizing myself. Come on everybody, Bhastrika Pranayama, the first pranayama. So inspiration should be longer than expiration. Thank you. Now the next, after Bhastrika, the second one is called Kapalbhati Pranayama. The reason Kapal is this, it becomes effulgent and therefore the name. Another reason Bhata, which moves like this, so therefore here only movement happens in the external abdominal wall. Exactly opposite of Bhastrika. In Bhastrika, inspiration was longer, expiration was shorter. Here there will be expirations and inspirations will be shorter, something like this. Why we should do this? Because when we are moving around without mask, there are so many germs which are getting deposited in our throat. When we are moving around in the traffic, so much of carbon is going inside. There is no aerobic exercise to take out this carbon. Only exercise which helps us to take out this carbon, the pollutants, the bacteria which have gone inside before. They don't cause disease on day one. You know there is incubation period. So if they have gone inside, but let me throw it out in the morning and evening whenever I am doing. This has to be done only empty stomach. These first 3 exercises have to be done only empty stomach. So if any one of you have eaten this, avoid doing what I am teaching right now. Okay. So this initially when somebody is doing it should be done only 30 times. Only 30 times to start with. Believe me, nobody told me when I was in my MBBS to do this. I started doing it from 2005 and getting enormous benefits. Getting enormous benefits from it. So everybody should try and do this Kapalbhati Pranayam. It should be done very gently, not with no excessive force, very gently. So one benefit, the chest is clear, the nose is clear. Now the mental component. Mentally one should meditate that I am throwing out all the diseases in my body and mind. So disease may be here, but with the power of my mind, I throw it outside. So come on everybody, some strokes of Kapalbhati Pranayam if you are empty stomach. Close your eyes and do it. Thank you so much. Now, whenever we are doing this abdominal movement, there is a chance, the movement is slightly violent, there is a chance that some herniation can take place through the abdominal muscle fibers. So therefore what we do is, the third exercise only to be done 3 times. We exhale, hold the breath in expiration, and then 3 things we have to contract. We have to contract the anal opening, so that prevents piles, that prevents the enlargement of prostate. We pull in the abdomen, that prevents herniation, and then we touch the neck here. So all this, my breath is held in expiration, and then I inhale by taking my neck upwards. Again exhale, hold my breath in expiration, put the 3 bandhas, contract the anal opening, pull the abdomen inside to prevent herniation, and touch the neck over here. So this I will show you how to be done 3 times. Everybody, you can try, just give a decent try. Only 3 times to be done. In summer season, winter time you can do it 5 times. Okay. Thank you so much. Now with that we come to the last 3 components of pranayam. These, in case you are very hungry in the morning, you eat something, and then you feel, oh, I missed my pranayam. So these 3 components can be done full, not full stomach. Ideally empty stomach you get the best benefit. First 3 always to be done empty stomach. If you are advising anybody, especially a female, she should not be doing it during her pregnancy. Otherwise that expulsive act can be dangerous. Okay. We only discuss now parturition. So first 3 components not to be done by a female during pregnancy. So now coming to the 4th pranayam, which is called as Anulom Vilom Pranayam. We have these 2 nostrils, one is called as Surya Nadi, one is called as Chandra Nadi. Actually we inside have swell bodies inside the nose. Swell bodies. Every half an hour, the swell body of, suppose the left side is gets swollen up, only right nostril is working. And then what happens is only the right nostril is working. Then after half an hour, the right side swell body will swell up, right nostril will be blocked, and the left starts working. Why? Because anything which comes in contact with air dries up. So that the nasal mucosa doesn't dry up, there is this arrangement by which our alternate nostrils work every 20 to 30 minutes. See the arrangement of God. But for some time in the day, if you breathe by both the nostrils in the sense alternately, put your finger here like this, block with your right hand, block your right nostril. Everybody do with me. Okay? And inhale with the right nostril. Put your two fingers, the ring finger and the middle finger on the left. Now exhale here with the right nostril. Inhale from the same side. Now again block the right nostril. Exhale from the left. From the place where you exhale, again inhale. So basically inhale, exhale from the opposite side. From the side where you are exhaling, inhale again. Okay? Thank you. At this yogic breathing, you know, if you surf on the YouTube, you will find that yogic breathing. You will see cardiologists telling this thing that do this. So while doing this, you have to concentrate here, keep calm, or this calms our mind. There are claims by many yogis that this clears the heart blocks. This generates synovial fluids, so this treats the arthritis. This balances the kapha, pitta, vata, so this reduces hyperacidity. Multiple benefits just by doing this. ठीक है, आप बोलेंगे हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है, लाइब्रेरी पढ़ के सुनो. Ideally, you should do it with full concentration. Sitting down, closing your eyes. Best benefits always you get early in the morning, empty stomach with. Now the fifth one is called as Bhramari Pranayam. Bhramari Pranayam. Bhramari Pranayam is to be done by saying the Om with closed mouth. So you belong to any religion, there is no issue because you are not saying Om. So you have to say Om with a closed mouth. It's something like humming. Brahmar does humming. So you have to basically do humming. But when you are doing this humming, you have to close the ears. Put one finger here and three fingers here. Wait. And concentrate that sound over here. So actually what happens, the sound instead of going out, when I say Om, Om, now I close my mouth. So that sound is now going to the brain and massaging the brain. There is no exercise, my dear friends, in this world which massages the brain. The sound goes down, massages the heart, clears the block. We hear of atherosclerotic plaques. So this is like giving a therapy. So with that therapy, what happens is the plaques get clear. Okay, so I will show once and twice and then you should do it. Come on, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. So up to this point, the first 5 exercises were kind of secular in nature, which a person from any caste religion can do. The 5th pranayam is called as Udgit Pranayam, where we say Om. Now, yes, now Om is definitely something from Hindu religion, so we don't force people from other religious faiths to do it. But the first component of it, where we only say Om, that can be done by anyone. So many times when we have such gatherings where people from different religions are there, somebody may be Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, anybody can at least join for O. The last M can be replaced by Amin, oh my Lord, whatever you can say in your mind as per your religion, oh my Lord, Buddha, whatever you can say. But for O we all say together, the advantage is that vibration of sound is very curing. And those who are actually saying Om, half of it has to be said loudly and half of it again like a humming. So we do it like this. And the sound should come from deep within the. Actually, if you practice it, you will feel your heart is vibrating. It should not be saying like this. Oh, it should be done. And then in between, I close my lips. Other faiths. Oh my Lord, you can say oh, whatever. Huh? So let's do it with closed eyes 3 times. Deep breath. Deep breath. Thank you so much everybody. These are the 6 pranayams starting with Vastrika, deep breathing, then Kapalbhati, then Bhaya pranayam, then was Anulom Vilom, then was Bhramari, and last was Udgit. So if you practice this 6, it takes hardly 15 to 20 minutes. Morning is preferable. Evening when you go home, don't just open your fridge. Do some pranayam. After you do it, you are not supposed to eat or drink anything for the next at least half an hour. 1 hour actually, ideally. Okay? So thank you so much for this session. Maybe on Saturday afternoon we'll again have some sessions. Thank you so much.